are in the kitchen once again, and it is Cheat Meal Monday. On Wednesday, I shared with you 3 pounds of ground beef and how you can stretch that. Today, we're using the last of the ground beef, and I'm making what I call clean out the refrigerator soup. Pioneer times, they had soup and stews and beans because that was very frugal because they didn't have any extra money to buy other things. And their gardens only produced certain things that were in season at the time. So we have a little bit of everything that's going to go into this soup, and I want to share with you the leftovers of my garden. Out the refrigerator, this is what I have. We have a little bit of green beans left that I did a video last week. We have some corn here, we have a little bit of cabbage left, we have some carrots, we have a little bit of everything, and I'll show you how I'm going to put it all together. So everything I have is pre-washed. So we're just going to put all the green beans in our kettle. To that we're going to add some cans of beef broth. Now I do not can beef broth because beef is so expensive. I really haven't had a place where I can get beef cheap that I can actually can the broth. And to that we're going to add corn. Now I want to share something with you, a little bit of a tip. Somebody said last week about canning vegetables and how it's not good for you because the high temperatures take the nutrients out. That statement was partly true, but partly it wasn't. And let me share with you why. That is partly true. The statement is true because you do use high temperatures, you do lose some nutrients. But if you don't drain your liquid, all of your nutrients are in the liquid. So all your nutrients are in here. Some of your recipes you do drain, and then you will lose the nutrition. But today, it all gets put in here. The nutrients are in the liquid, and so you don't lose the nutrients in home canned vegetables if you can use the liquid. Here are the carrots. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to chop up some carrots as well. I like the crinkle cutters. It reminds me of my mom. My mom always had one. And they're really cheap to buy. And they just give a little more prettiness to your dish. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut up these carrots. And then I'll show you what we add to next. We're going to add these carrots as well. So now I have a pack of peas, and these are so adorable because it's the old-fashioned packaging. You can actually still buy them today from Bird's Eye for 50 cents. I just think the packaging is so cute. As you know, they are using, take a look what they use. They use the same boxes that I like to buy. So we're going to add 50 cents worth of peas. So now we're going to add some purple cabbage that I had in the garden. These are real tiny. So this is real tiny cabbage. We're going to go ahead and we're going to chop up some of this cabbage. And we're going to use it up. I'm actually going to use up all of the cabbage because it needs to get used up here. I'm actually going to use all of the cabbage. And doesn't that make it look pretty? Now the cabbage, I have to cut around it a little bit because there are some spots in it that aren't good anymore. That's alright, you just cut around it, the same as you would a potato. You cut the good parts out of it. And that's why it's called cleaning out the kitchen fridge. Because in the refrigerator you have all kinds of stuff that you really got to get used up. And soup is a great way of doing that. And the chickens will get the rest of this, and that will make them happy. some peeled potatoes that came from the garden. Put them in the soup. If you are really observant, you're going to see some white potatoes and some yellow ones because I had different kinds of potatoes. The Yukon Gold do really well for me, better than the russet. The russet don't do that great for me here in my area. And there we go, we got potatoes. I'm going to use the leftover ground beef. Starting to look really good and it smells amazing. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to use some tomato juice. These are from the food pantry, the tomatoes that I made. Now, do we need to add any more liquid? Oh, I don't know. We might need a little more, so let me add just a little more. There we go. I added them both. So, there we go, my friends. Now, as you see, I didn't add no salt or no pepper. I will add that when everything is cooked and marinated better in the soup. So we're going to put this on the stove, and we're going to cook it for probably about an hour. And then I'll let you know what it looks like. Doesn't that look yummy? Just taking things in your refrigerator and making a soup out of them. I was going to make some homemade bread, and I realized I had this garlic loaf that was half off, and I got it for 50 cents. So we're going to thaw this out, and we're going to use this garlic bread to use it up. And as I was cleaning up, I saw I had 2 tomatoes that should get used up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up these tomatoes, and I'm going to put this in the vegetable soup as well. A little salt, and I added a little pepper to it, and it tastes amazing. So here we have all of these items that were in the refrigerator that needed to get used up, and we made some homemade soup with it. All of the different colors. It's really important to make food that has natural colors in it. So you want the natural red and green and purple. All of those colors are nutrients that feed your body. Bowl of soup. I'm waiting for the garlic bread to be finished, and let's give it a taste test and see what it tastes like. And to think, I made all of this with just a 1/4 pound of ground beef. So that was 3 meals with 3 pounds of ground beef. You can't get much frugal than that. And this soup will last us for a couple days. So basically those meals are giving me many more. So the 3 pounds of meat gave me 2 meals for 2 people with the meatballs, 1 meal for 2 people with the burgers, and another 3 meals for 2 people with the soup. Now how's that for a lot of meals for $4? You can't get any more frugal than that. Take care, everyone. See you guys tomorrow. From Fanny's Diary, we are on October the 21st, 1943, and Fanny writes, "Today I house cleaned the dining room, and then in the afternoon we went to the sewing circle. It was another cold, rainy day. I want to take this time to thank you so much for all of your prayers of love and support through this trying time of our family. Life is precious, and spend time with those that you love. And remember that there's a lot of hurting people in this world, and when they ask for prayer, to take a moment of your time to pray for them. A lot of people are going through a lot of scary times in their life and fearful, and they feel so alone. I want to thank you so much for just guarding us with love and protection and prayers. Tomorrow's video is actually a video that we made. All of us girls had fun. It was the day before Sierra got sick, And I hope you enjoy that video of just spending more time with me and my family.